As with many other Alberta towns and cities, Lethbridge's economy is growing and new businesses are popping up daily, even weekly in 2023. Joining us now to discuss our city's business environment and culture is the CEO of the Lethbridge Chamber of Commerce, Cyndi Bester, joining us once again from Lethbridge. Cyndi, welcome back to BCN.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. So Cyndi, what's the tone or mood with local business owners right now as we're making our way out of the pandemic?
We're starting, thank heavens for spring. Spring always brings that uplifted spirit, even though we are kind of at times experiencing second winter at moments. But, there's definitely more positivity than there was this time last year.
Are you seeing some of the business owners expanding and maybe hiring more people?
You see lots of people hiring people, looking for people right now. That's one of the challenges is finding people for some of the openings that are out there. You see lots of organizations, throwing out advertisements, and so that's a good sign that they're growing. But it's also important that we need bodies to fill those positions.
The Alberta government's campaign, Alberta is calling, reaching out to cities like Vancouver and Toronto. Have you seen an influx of people moving to our region as well through that campaign?
Absolutely. We are seeing an increase in population. There's people moving, daily from every province. And so we just need to show that Lethbridge is a great place to move to.
And since I've lived in the city over 6 years now, I've noticed that Lethbridge is a very tight-knit community. Business owners supporting each other. How important is that as we grow as a community?
That is key. Like networking with your community is so important because when you know the faces of the local businesses and you know the people, you learn that there's trust. And that is so important in enhancing community growth and just making it a great place to live and work and raise your family.
Absolutely. The beautiful parks that we have around, it's just incredible. And the fabulous restaurants too, I have to tell you, I love it. Cyndi, let's talk a bit about the post-secondary institutions we have here, the U of L and Lethbridge College. What kind of a role do they play when it comes to working with businesses and maybe some young entrepreneurs who are graduating from particular programs in post-secondary?
No, that's a great point. We are so lucky to have the college and the university here in our city. Many cities our size do not have that opportunity. And I could go on and on about the strengths that both institutions have. And what they're doing is they're giving opportunities of different sorts because everybody that's going there, they want to build a career and a future. And I think it's exciting that they get to experience our city and then also have that flexibility of learning at the pace they want to learn at and with the industries they want to learn with.
Now, what are some of the industries you've seen that are continuing to grow? I mean, we've seen a lot of the agriculture sector, which we're quite involved with quite heavily here. We've got the AgriFood Hub and Trade Center opening up fairly soon. But what industries are seeing a lot of growth in our region, here in southwestern Alberta?
Agriculture, of course, will always be a massive hub for us. And with that comes along that supply chain. How do we get our goods out? So supply chain, but also our industrial section. But service industry, as population grows, we also need service industries to make sure that our food supply is running, whether it's the grocery store or fuel or all of those necessities to have our homes run efficiently, safely, and to get our kids to school and to get ourselves to work. So we're seeing growth, um, I would say in every industry that is touched in Lethbridge, for the most part. Of course, there is struggles. It's not all sunshine and roses yet, but from the feeling that we get from members we talk to, and like I said, the not so sunny things, there's still optimism.
Now, here in Lethbridge, we have a place called Tech Connect, a place for entrepreneurs, Cyndi, and it's basically known for being Southern Alberta's hub for innovation and technology. What can you tell us about Tech Connect and how it's been helping the business community here?
Well, Tech Connect is another fantastic place for people to go, entrepreneurs to go explore, especially in that startup stage. And those connections with the right people through RINSA, which is the Regional Innovation Network of Southern Alberta. There's a group of us that we get together once a month and we look and we discuss those emerging, whether it's technology for all sorts of industries, who do we need to tie them into and what can we do to help them? For example, last month when we were talking, there's somebody were able to tie this entrepreneur with at the college and at the university. And then from there, they were able to get research grants and further development. So, a Tech Connect is that like spark place that where we're able to help connect people. And Tech Connect does a brilliant job of all of that.
Do you think the technology sector is an area we'll continually to see more growth in our region here?
You know, I hope so because we can work from anywhere in the world and we can be successful with that. We also need to ensure that our region is up to date with broadband. And so we don't have pauses here and there with conversations. Um, but I do see that growth as well, especially with the college and some of the great things they're doing with virtual reality.
A lot of companies, obviously, and certain industries are connected as well in the business community. Cyndi, how are we seeing our local technology companies help other industries to grow?
You know, we're starting to hear more stories. We need to get out with our technology partners and encourage them to share stories on what they're doing. Let's just say the music and film industry. We have seen phenomenal growth in that area. The Last of Us that was just, you know, uh, showcased Southern Alberta. We and from that, there's a lot of local experts that were part of that. So we need to get those stories out to show that technology isn't just for like designing buildings. There's technology touches every part of our day.
Now, obviously, you're really well connected with small and medium business owners and some of the bigger companies as well, the bigger corporations. Cyndi, a lot of people are telling me they live on the west side, they need a Walmart superstore, or a Canadian Tire, because you've got so much of the population moving to the west side of the city. What are you hearing? Is there potential of a Walmart superstore maybe setting up shop here in Lethbridge on the west side?
Well, there's a lot of land over there. I think the developers are out there. They're talking about different things. There's plans and different phases and stages. So I think over the next couple years, we will hear more of that because there definitely is a need with the growing population, the growing housing development. There will need to be more resources on in that region of the city.
What can you tell us about the new online portal for the Chamber of Commerce membership? Is it kind of like Amazon, but for our business members?
We that's through the Alberta Chamber of Commerce, and it was to help kind of leverage online portals for the smaller businesses that weren't online yet. And so it's kind of that transition to get that awareness, to get them online, and then to also showcase what Alberta has for that small budding entrepreneurial spirit.
What are some of the big benefits you see for business owners who want to join and become a member of the Chamber of Commerce?
That's a great question. I kind of talked a little bit earlier about that networking piece, but also networking is important just so we know we aren't alone out there in our business community. We do have our Young Business Professional Committee that this year we're pairing mentors with mentees, and that has just been working out wonderfully. It's exciting for the mentees to see, where their careers can grow, but as a mentor, it's also it revives that enthusiasm for the business community. The other thing is, we do a lot of work with municipal, provincial, and federal government. Most of my day is looking at policies and budgets and things like that that really affect business, and it also how it affects that partnership between public and private. And getting involved in that and understanding the the role that chambers of commerce play across the country, North America, and the world. It's quite. I love that kind of business. So it's exciting.
Cyndi, are there some chamber success stories you can share with us? And maybe specifically some Indigenous business owners who are really thriving right now in our community?
One of our advanced egg is one that kind of comes off the top of my head. Ashley Daycheap is actually sits on our board of directors at the chamber, and the success that they've seen, and what excites me about their organization is that power of entrepreneurism, but also generational ownership, which I, of course, am a part of myself. But it also shows the power of the college and the power of the university. So it's just that great union of local, um, what we have behind our thriving entrepreneurs and the success of our generations of our region.
Let's circle back to the Agri-Food Hub and Trade Center, a massive development. It's going to bring a lot of business our way. What do you see as some of the biggest benefits of this Agri-Food Hub and Trade Center? And what's some of the feedback from organizations outside of the city and their thoughts on this massive new center that's being developed?
I think, they location, location, location. It's a beautiful location, right? Right by Henderson Park, right by Nikiuko. It shows kind of that area, but then just to the east of it, it also shows that farm, like that, those ties to agriculture still, so the location of it's wonderful. I think it's with all the new technology. We've talked a lot about technology today, the technological advancements to be able to host hundreds of people, thousands of people in one building. I think that's going to be a real draw to showcase where our strengths are for to bring draws from Ontario, from Eastern Canada, Western Canada, North America, South America, everywhere. So I think it's quite exciting for our region.
So we talked about some of our strengths. What about some of our weaknesses? Things that we really need to work on as a community to entice more business owners to set up shop in Lethbridge? What needs to improve?
That's the question of the day right now, isn't it? Especially with provincial budget just being released, elections on the horizon. I think we need to just get together as a community again and realize that we are from Lethbridge, that we are all Albertans, and just that working together as a team. I think that's really important. Just recognizing, and that's one thing that I appreciate about Team Lethbridge. It's a group of us that work together with economic development, and we just went up to Edmonton in December of last year, where we as a community, we go up to Edmonton and we are united. So it's not individual requests and asks, it's a united voice on our region.
Cyndi, can you talk about how various levels of government have really been a help in creating a more positive climate for business growth in our city?
I it seems like we're starting to roll again. The engines are starting to fire again. And with that, I think we're starting to evaluate what we need for future growth and not just kind of in what we need to stabilize things in the moment, so to speak. So, we've got, our mayor and council who are, they're out there, they're working hard for our city. They're trying to keep everything positive and forward moving because we have that budget that we were waiting for and needed done. So now we have that 4 years to really work and go. Provincially, our province is a strong province and we need to know our role in the country and we need to stay strong. And so that's an important key. And then federally, you know, uh, there's a lot of conversations going on federally. And it's, one of the things that in the federal budget that just came out, you know, organizing and encouraging relationships between interprovincial businesses, things like that. I think that would help us unite more as a country. So it's all those, how do you unite a city, a province, and a country all in the day? there's a lot of different challenges that we're faced with.
Cyndi, as you know, Bridge City News airs on Miracle Channel. We reach 6 million homes across the country, so we have viewers all across this amazing, beautiful country of ours, and we thank each and every one of you for watching BCN. But if somebody, let's say, is watching in Moose Jaw or Halifax or Smithers or in Timmins, Ontario, wants to set up shop here in southwestern Alberta in Lethbridge, why would they want to come to our city? What are some of the biggest benefits that you can think of right off the top? Why set up shop here?
We have the university, we have the college, we have excellent school systems, we have excellent community-based organizations. I came here and started university, and then my family moved here, and then we started some family businesses. I've raised my children here. It is a lovely community. And I've stayed, and I'm a huge advocate for our city, as everybody knows. But there's a place to come here, grow, develop, and soar. Like, you can really come here and make a difference.
Let's just say that people will be blown away. A little play on the wind that we get here.
Yes,
when they move to
they'll be
Lethbridge.
blown away by all the possibilities of our city.
There you go. Cyndi Besters, the CEO of the Lethbridge Chamber of Commerce. Thanks so much for your time today, Cyndi.
Thank you.
On behalf of all of us here at Bridge City News, I'm Hal Roberts. God bless. Thanks so much for watching.